Have you ever wondered what the future holds for us job-wise? Will we continue to have the many options we do now, or will they be taken over? Some people say that robots are in the making of taking over jobs left and right. To me, I believe that if and when robots do become more relevant, that it will help the economy rather than hurt it. Did you know that robots are already used in our everyday life? They also have taken over the hard and impossible jobs that a human wouldn't be able to do as easily as a robot can. My brother had mentioned to me a little while back that he was in fear of robots taking over to the point of people becoming jobless. This made me worried to the point that I wanted to start researching it, and that is exactly what I did. I'm going to give as much information that I can on how robots will not reduce employment opportunities for the worse, to which I hope that I can persuade you to understand that there shouldn't be anything to be worried about like my brother was. When you think of robots and the taking over of human jobs, what are some of the main jobs you can think of? My answer, for example, would be the self-checkout machines in stores such as Walmart or Publix. So many people believe that that right there has put a lot of people out of work. But did it really? The answer is no, it really didn't. I'm going to get more into that, but before I do, what are some other jobs people feel have been taken over by robots? It could be bridge toll collectors, factory workers, or even pharmacy workers, but I'm here to help you see that in the long run, these robots will help the economy and job opportunities. There are also people out there, such as Andrew Yang, a former presidential candidate, and Elon Musk, an industrial engineer, who both believe in a government program called Universal Basic Income, also known as UBI. UBI is a government guarantee that citizens will receive minimum income to help with the losses of jobs due to technology. Jobs that have been replaced with robots is a positive for not only the workers, but the customers as well. Stores like Walmart that are beginning to replace human cashiers with computers are finding it to be positive for the workplace. The many people that used to work at the registers are now able to help productivity by having more time to stock shelves, as well as help customers that are walking around with questions. While before, most of these employees working were either at the front at a register or in the back with the inventory. So when people see that there are machines to ring your merchandise up, they start to think that the employees that could have done it for them no longer have a job. Stephen Waters stated, "Most grocery employees are honest and trustworthy, but all it takes is one person who isn't. Anytime such an employee handles money, there's the potential for shrink." So with the self-checkout machines, the money goes right from the hand of the customer and into the machine, which then goes to the bank, so there's less opportunities for money to go missing. Also, there is always an employee that oversees the self-checkout machines, which in return puts the trust on one person versus a lot of people. Robots can help a workplace to be much safer than what it was when humans did it. Manufacturer Mark Steven puts it that using robots for repetitive tasks means fewer risks of injury for workers, especially when manufacturing has to take place under hostile conditions. It is much easier to fix a broken machine than it is to have a person rushed to a hospital or even worse, the morgue. Tolls are also being replaced by machines, which in turn does put a lot of people out of a job, but also is much safer, especially during the pandemic when we were told to stay 6 feet apart. In a toll booth, you can't do that. Workers trying to make their way to their booths for their work shift have also been hit and killed by drivers not paying attention. Today, there is a new robotic system that helps firefighters with assessing the damage of a fire. A smoke bot is something that the firefighters can send into a burning building that can move objects, create a map of the inflamed building, as well as monitor the progression of a fire. According to News Atlas, SmokeBot is additionally equipped with high bandwidth gas sensors, which are capable of detecting the type, temperature, and concentration of gases present in the building. Using this data, it's able to warn firefighters if there is a risk of an explosion. For people that are worried that their jobs may be taken, as well as their income, need to know that there are people out there trying to dissipate their fear. Andrew Yang, a former presidential candidate, believes in a program called Universal Basic Income. Andrew Yang made UBI the cornerstone of his electoral bid, arguing that in an era of technological disruption and increasingly precarious labor markets, governments needed to provide people more of an immediate cushion, stated Ishan Tharoor. Eventually, Yang suspended his campaign, but then as the pandemic hit, his idea of UBI didn't sound so crazy. And soon it became a big part of the discussion on what to do for jobs lost due to the coronavirus. Along with Andrew Yang, there's Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of SolarCity, Tesla, and SpaceX, that also wants UBI. There's a pretty good chance we end up with UBI or something like that due to automation, Musk told CNBC. As some people may see it as technology taking over jobs for the worse, I see it in the opposite way. When people are worried about robots taking their jobs, they need to look at the positive in it. The fact that a robot could potentially save someone from losing their life, or for the fact it can just simply help productivity in the future. People are trying to come up with ways to make sure there is a financial cushion, especially for ones that are jobless due to robots taking over. And with those people, we just need to have faith in them. If we just sit around and wallow about our jobs being taken over for the worse by robots, it is not going to help. Think about it. If we do the research about the ways around being jobless can make all the difference. Some people are trying to make a difference, and if there is anything we could do to help, we should do it. We need these robots to help in our everyday life. They have made such a positive impact to our world, also a bit of a negative to some people that believe they just simply took over jobs. Some robots have even created more work for people. For the fact that these robots still need to be worked on and maintained by someone gives more jobs. More robots in our everyday grocery store really helps employees to be more useful to customers and also to help in productivity. There will be less people handling money, which means fewer short drawers at the end of a shift. Safety should be something everyone should be concerned about, and robots can help with that. Done.